the first to know in Nsem-Pii TV.
Kakra. We are heading towards November 4th, which is the D-Day for the new Patriotic Party to elect a candidate, possibly a winning flag bearer for the party going into the 2024 elections. Enti uhwemu ya all the presidential aspirants and now form gidi ya omo ye adwuma. The vice president eden ani chire me wo bono okobono east eni amene mo kase or to the 5 northern regions, upper east, upper west, northern, savannah, northeast. Ya o meet delegates na waton ni swadi hunu di ama wo. On the other hand, Asin Central na se bedwani honorable Kennedy Ohene Japan enso de ne dia a showdown walk. Ti hunu showdown walk in Accra, ye hunu showdown walk in Kumasi. Enne de ya mene mo kase showdown walk no bi akoso e wo secondary takrade. Amassing supposedly delegates and our voters. Now fi we are we gina Nsem-Pii so no so aton de obetumi aye e di aboa party no de obetumi aye e di aboa oman no e di akere. Dr. Efriye Akoto, former Greek minister, and so the Radian and form, or also a campaigning on technical grounds. The same thing applies to Honorable Adainimo. Now, Kwakuanan, formerly of Netu TV, I am a former employee of Honorable Kennedy Ohene Japan, and now also a chair and Ediafa November 4th Abatwa, Ebekosono. And a Kwakuana Ichimu say, Honorable Ken win him the power, on in a Juma Yipa. But on functional Jirumu say the insults, the attacks, the conspiracy theories, everything is engaging in. On funny they will come back to hunt him. Now any man or they attack this current government. Abanya is say corruption. One tons I say Greater Accra Region Minister. You say way no. None of them. And over to me Jina Kase. He is not guilty of all them. He is guilty of every single charge within the corridors of the NPP party. Other interesting revelations and akwekwanan emra na woni yenua panyini ya waye ensenchedwuma ya cheye kwame ana kwaku senti misa KSM edi nkomo ewo ne KSM dwumadi so enti yenkoi na yenkwaji nchiremu famfiri kwekwanan.
To answer the question, who wins November 4th? But I know now Alan is out of the equation. So the contest is going to be a very fierce one between Kennedy Kwame Japan, the Vice President Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia, and then the Agric Minister. But then when you center on the above persons mentioned, Kweku, again, you can zero down to two people who are going to make the contest more fearful. And that is Kennedy and the Vice President, period.
Mm-hmm.
Akoto Efriye for me should even go to bed. You know, it will be a travesty and miscarriage of justice to spend one peswa for anybody to chop among the delegates and make him feel and as it were to believe that he's going to lead the NPP. Absolutely not. Now, because of Alan is out of the equation, Alan still has some support base in NPP.
Mm-hmm.
So that support base between now and November is quite a number of days, weeks to go. Would begin to contemplate as to whether to add up to, even though Alan has not spoken, to ask it were to suggest that, hey, I want to back Vice President Bawumia or Kennedy Kwame Japan. If you look at the equation now, Alan is out, but the supporters of Alan in NPP still remain. Even though some of them are disappointed, of course, they are crestfallen that Alan left, because I'm not quite sure that the supporters of Alan anticipated that after the Electoral College Congress, Alan made an announcement and said he was going to come back again after consultation with his family to decide where to go and how to go about it. They ever anticipated that the comeback of Alan would be the announcement that he's completely gone and that he's going to form his own movement. So
and you are suggesting that,
but nevertheless.
So the suggestion is that now he has supporters and they're going to split into either following Dr. Bawumia or Kennedy.
Exactly. Although Alan hasn't mentioned this, he hasn't made any declaration yet. But automatically and politically, the followers of Allen will surely decide where to go, either to go with Kennedy or with Bawumia, or they will split. Three of this, one is likely to happen, and that will make the election more fierce contest. That's obviously what's going to happen. Let me stay away outside the box, so I don't make any prediction as to whose game it would be. And I'm doing this cautiously also for a very good reason. Even though quite a lot of happenings, which gives credence to the fact that yet it's all or has still not been well between myself and Kennedy. And so going on any of this direction may mean a lot of interpretations that after this program, I may be forced to get out there to be doing some kind of battle. So I don't want to make any predictions so far. But so I said earlier that if you look at the two campaigns between Kennedy and the vice president, for me, I think the vice president has conducted himself so well ever since the electoral college elections, were held just a couple of sometime last month, So if the vice president would continue on that direction, you and I know what it means by going strictly on this direction, and perhaps who are the handlers of the vice president. I personally have spoken out, not in the year of Kennedy. I said it out there that one thing has defeated the purpose of Kennedy, and it's very likely that he wins the flag bearership or he does not, is on the back of his handlers that have cost him a lot of damage politically. Because a lot of things that Kennedy has said, even before Annie Omasga said, and when he was out there to do the real campaign, and the handlers ought to have guided him, navigate him, and walk him through the pipeline to his.
What are some of these things that you think will come back to haunt him?
Kennedy is out there Kennedy is out there making a lot of remarks, but sometimes the Ghanaian don't understand. We don't understand between criticism and also going direct avalanche of attacks. What he's doing out there is not criticizing his party. He's attacking his party. And again, Kennedy is not like you and I. We are outsiders looking in. But this one, Kennedy, Kwame Japan, is an insider looking inside out. So what he's doing does not come on the back of he criticizing his party. He's attacking his party. Again, whatever that seemed to be that of his avalanche of attacks and vituperation, he's equally guilty as that of the party is guilty. Now, watch this. Sometime, I think a week prior to the electoral college elections, he was heard to have said, quoted to have said that, yes, he was on his own network saying that MPP, you see, oftentimes he comes out, then he gives headlines. Listen to me, Kweku. He gives headlines of things that he knows the party has committed crimes, put it crime in quotes, or some errors that the party has committed. He used these headlines, line them up, give it to the party, and then it becomes like a warning to them that watch this, that if you are not careful, I may bring 1, 2, 3 out for Ghanaians to know. But for all you know, the headlines that he brings out, he's on one hand part of executing that particular crime or otherwise, whatever that appeared to be an issue he's warning the party of, he might have been involved. Number one is how he said, do you know how your party levy your parliament? Would Kennedy Kwame Japan tell Ghanaians and the MPP, not even the MPP, because would Kennedy tell all of us Ghanaians what exactly went on in the passage of the levy? Would he be bold enough to expose the Speaker of Parliament? I repeat, would he be bold enough to expose the Speaker of Parliament? Would he be bold enough to expose the minority group who were part of the conspiracy? Would he be bold enough to expose the National Security Ministry officials who were part of that conspiracy? Would he mention names like Afenyo Markin and the rest? Precise what went on. the meeting that took off and what went on in that meeting before the passage of the E-levy. Mind you, a meeting went on, and that meeting shortly finished. The next day, 24 hours, the president was compelled to go to parliament to, deliver his speech. It took us almost 3-4 months for Ghanaians and the 8th parliament of the 4th Republic to debate over whether or not it's, economically prudent to pass this E-levy. He was a panacea of this E-levy campaign. Kennedy is referencing Kennedy. He is the panacea of the passage of E-levy. What went on? Now, what went on in parliament that he spearheaded that agenda? Would he be able to tell the full story? So and I'm just giving you one. So if you come out on national TV or radio to tell your party that, do you know how we passed this, we did this, X, Y, Z, and I am saying, all the things you are saying out there, you have or might have probably been involved in one way or the other. But you come back and give them the headlines and let it sound as if that you are blackmailing the party, just for the party to be able to, as it were, go quiet, go down for you. For me, that is not a clean
Are you also suggesting that he cannot extricate himself as a part of the whole conspiracy, whatever thing that went through? He is a part, and he can't.
No, how can he? On a more serious note, when you give headlines, like, for example, do you know how we won election 2012, election 2016, election 2020, and all of that? This catalog of events gives you up and the party. So what it means is this: you and the party have involved, on one hand, a certain crime. Now I'm asking a question, for example, how did somebody, a gentleman like Anoche, how did Anoche, get here? Who brought Anoche and why? And what role did Anoche play in the 2016 elections? And what role again did he play in the 2020 elections? And then later, subsequently, Anoche became the CEO of National Communications Authority. Have Ghanaians heard him say, have we hear him say that, yes, I brought Anoche, blah, 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 blah? What meeting that went on between he and Anoche in his New Jersey's home in the United States before Anoche came? What is it about? So all I'm trying to say is that, for me, all of these things that he has characterizing a certain crime that the NPP has committed there, and line them up and make it and pretend as if that you are an outsider looking in and telling a story. For the NPP as a party plus him are within a certain crime scene. That's it. It's not something that goes well and it makes him, on top of it.
In a nutshell, what you're suggesting that all of these things will come back to haunt him.
Exactly, because listen, Kweku, even let's say that, yes, by tomorrow you are the flag bearer of the party. Are you to say that, hey, I'm a flag bearer of the NPP party, where you have said to your party executives that I don't even know why, I'm quoting, I don't even know why I belong to such a party. Hey, is it the same party you want to be the flag bearer? Okay, now you are the flag bearer of the party. So would you say that this is the party that now I'm to lead? Then statements like NPP paying for the excuse my language. Hey, are you coming to work with Jimmy for one?
And lead that party as a flag bearer?
Lead that party. There are some video footages that we all have, we know, that you are saying on an interview that rich people in politics are criminals. I'm quoting him. He says that rich people in the Ghanaian politics are all thieves, the word. Thieves. So the host asked him a question. So are you a thief? And he answered affirmative. Yes, I'm a thief. So if you're a thief, what are you doing here?
So you're suggesting a scenario, for example, I'm just hazarding a guess here. You're suggesting a scenario, for example, that if for any reason he becomes a flag bearer, most of these statements that he has made will be played back to him and people will question, is this the same party that you want?
Absolutely. It will be played back. It will be exactly. Kweku, the media in Ghana is more crafty in such directions. They will bring it up in the very situation that, so the MP plus him should embrace themselves ahead of he perhaps winning the flag bearership race and it will be played back, it will be slapped on his face to look at it and answer these questions. And for me, if the media does that, the media cannot be, to say that, hey, we are playing what you call a political smear campaign against Kennedy Japan. That's why it is said that, Charlie, sometimes when you come from a royal home, be guided by your thoughts and your actions and your words, because one day you will walk on the aisle and go and sit on the throne, and they will heap on your head your kingship, whatever, and your stool. And from there, whatever that you did, you said to the society and the community, will be played back at you, and you'll be forced to eat a humble pie. Kennedy is at the crossroad at this time. I guess that the handlers have seen, and they are watching the space and could see a lot of, a looming storm. And they say, hey, Charlie, let's redirect our snouts and our thoughts and all of that.
That's a very, very, very profound and observations that you are bringing out.
Yeah.
Let's look at this way. He seemed to have a good sway over, I don't know whether I call it the grassroots or the quite a lot of supporters following him. When he went to Kumasi, I don't know whether it was just a crowd or whether it was actually real people who are out there who are looking for a showdown to bring Kennedy into power. My question is this: all the questions that you are raising that you say can come back to haunt him, are the millions of people who are following him aware of these questions, but they don't care? Or you think that maybe it hasn't crossed their mind?
This is the crux of the issue. You see, fundamentally, the Ghanaian is losing focus. We are losing the sight, we are losing the psyche, and we are losing so many things fundamentally. You see, we've reached an